Hello, I'm Richard Jack Smith of Real Talk Movie Reviews. I have a certain affection for horror music in cinema, whether it's The Terrain in Jerry Goldsmith's Alien, or even 2021's The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which felt fresh in that it avoided a lot of the cliches which the genre is known for. Things such as stingers and this constantly snarling presence without much contrast. Regarding The Cellar by Stephen McKeon, I was on the fence when I first listened to the score, so I decided to give it a second spin, and now some things are much clearer to me. There was so much potential for this effort, hints that it could really be a sensational horror soundtrack. A little bit on the low woodwinds, male choir, things that really suggested, that he was taking a mature, kind of different approach to this. Unfortunately, it all falls apart, and that's mainly due to the scattershot nature of the highlights in this more than an hour-long score. Movie School Media have dedicated themselves lately to a collection of extremely fascinating modern composers who delve into different genres ranging from drama to comedy, romance, science fiction, horror, animation and so forth. With The Cellar, I think McKeon was going for kind of a very formless structure, and the problem with that is that with something that was much more tightly constructed and lucid, much more clear-headed, he would have an absolute classic on his hands. There is the usual snarling presence with some light contrast, though there's not a lot of that in this particular effort, but as I say, there is a lack of investment emotionally, because you never feel what the human stakes are. This is what separates great horror music from merely okay, and this was just the latter variety. I feel The Cellar is one of those type of scores which reveals a lot of effort, but ultimately just falls short of its goals and destination. It's a shame because McKeon has talent. There are other composers I can name in different genres who I feel have virtually no talent at all, or don't have that magical extra something to bring to a score. So I feel that while this was perhaps a missed opportunity or not quite as fully realised as it could be, Stephen McKeon is definitely a composer to keep an eye on in the future, because I think he'll do something really exceptional. It's just a case of this being overly ambitious, perhaps. It just didn't quite come together on this occasion. As I say, I gave this score 2 listens, because as I say, the first time I just wasn't sure what rating to give it. But now I give The Cellar by Stephen McKeon 2 out of 5 stars. Check it out, you might enjoy it for some of the random highlights that are scattered throughout this. There are moments, little hints that it's going to be something really, really significant. It just doesn't quite come together. For more film and soundtrack reviews, please visit Betty Jo Tucker's website, Real Talk Movie Reviews. On Facebook you can find my pages, Hip-Notic Movie Reviews and Hip-Notic Soundtrack Reviews. I am Richard Jack Smith, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.